Susie Homesteader of the Rockies, and welcome to the Susie Homesteader channel. And it's Christmas time, and today we're going to do a video on a Christmas kids table, which I also did one for Thanksgiving too, but this one is for Christmas, so we're going to do more fun crafts and things for kids to do at a table, hopefully while they're eating, and set up just kind of a real cute little table for them. So again, back to the plaids. One of my favorite colors, favorite fabrics for the holidays. If you watch my other video on my adult Christmas tablescape, you'll see more plaid. So we just kind of brought that into this table as well, since they're in the same room. And then stuck to our Christmas colors, which are the reds and the whites and the greens and some silver and gold for the kids. But this table gets a little busy because we're trying to keep them occupied at the table. So what we'll start with is just kind of a fun little centerpiece. And one thing I like to do is get these little these lights, you know, that are just on a battery, so that doesn't have to plug into an outlet or anything. But if you can find some of those little lights that just plug in, that's kind of a fun way to start a centerpiece for kids. And then, you know, this was just some good old thrift store goodies that we found. I think it's actually like a little kit that you can put together, a little wood kit that we're going to use for the kids. And we're going to kind of stick with our present theme, since, you know, that's kind of what it's really all about for kids, is the presents at Christmas time. So we're going to stick with kind of the wrapping paper and the presents and all the pretty things that go with that. So we just used some cotton balls for some fake snow theme in our little tray with our little presents and our lights and, you know, just a nice low-profile centerpiece for the kid table. And then, of course, we're going to go back to just some cute placemats, which you can also use at an adult table. But this is just some cardboard with some wrapping paper and some ribbon on some cardboard, and that will kind of stay with our gift wrap theme there. And a placemat for kids. And if you can get the wrapping paper that's a little bit shiny, you can actually also wash that off, because obviously you're not going to be washing those placemats. But if you get the shinier kind, like I said, there's a good chance you can just wipe those off if you have to clean them. So that was an easy one, and the kids can help you with that project if they want to. And then we did this at the adult table too, where we just got some little dollar store stockings for utensil holders, just some cute little snowman napkin rings that I'm quite sure I found at a thrift store. And another cute idea you can use for kids is cookie cutters for napkin holders. So if you can't find some little Christmas-themed napkin holders, just go buy some cookie cutters, and you can use that for their napkin holders. And we did that at the adult table as well, too. So that's a cute one. And then, you know, back to the glass plates again. And again, what I love about these glass plates is that you can put anything you want underneath it, and then you've created a different design every time. So instead of actually using paper plates, which you can also do if you want for kids, I like to put those paper plates under the glass plate, and then you have, you know, some kind of a cute theme for your plates for the kids. So also did that at my adult table, where we put some nice little flat ornaments underneath the glass, and then gave that glass plate a different design as well. So, you know, stick with your glass plates for even kid tablescapes. Go to the dollar store, grab some cute little solar, you know, snow globe thingies if you can. And then we're going to go through a whole bunch of fun little craft projects for the kids. But this will be one of them. And this is just a plastic ornament, you know, and you can get these in different shapes too. And I just stuffed a couple of pom-poms in there to get them started. But what they're going to do is open up their little boxes, and I'm pretty sure I got these boxes at a craft store. You can get some bigger ones, but I didn't have that much space at this table. But what we're going to do is just give them some fun little things to do. These were just some little pom-poms that my daughter actually made just for the kids with her pom-pom making kit with some cute little Christmas colored yarn. So, you know, you can put ornaments in there, or you can put some little homemade goodies in these boxes for the kids. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of fun little projects in here. And what they're going to do is take their little plastic ornaments, and you're going to give them a little mini baggie full of things to stuff in that ornament. And even put some kind of like a little sticker on the front of that. Now they do make a glass ornament as well, which I would really not recommend. We did have a couple extras that we used. But when you open this lid up, the top of that is a little bit sharp. So I would not recommend using the glass style clear ornaments. I would use the plastic ones. Plus they're a little bit bigger. You know, and then just let them stuff all kinds of little goodies in there. And that's what we did with this little bag. We just gave them all the goodies they can to put in that ornament. And some of that is pom-poms, beads, you know, little string beads, anything that they can just kind of put in there safely without getting their fingers stuck, you know, and then give them some things to stick on front of that. So there's one fun little craft for them to do at the table. And then, you know, we also put, oh geez, I don't know, little things we got at the dollar store, reindeer noses, reindeer ring pops, you know, candy, whatever you want to put in these boxes. But the idea is to keep them occupied. So we're going to give them a bunch of little crafty things in here, in these boxes, to just keep them occupied at the table. And, you know, the kind of things you're going to give them at a table is not going to be like glue and paint or anything, even maybe with scissors or something too complicated at a table, because there's a good chance they're really supposed to be eating while they're at that table, and this is just to kind of keep them occupied before and after. So it's not designed to be the craft room. It's just set up so that they have something a little extra to do. And if you do want to put ornaments in there that they can paint or get a little bit more messy about, those are the kind of things they can take home to do. So, you know, just keep that in mind when you're giving them things to do at the table. You know, it can't involve hot glue or any of the more complicated crafts. So really what you want to have them be able to do is just things that they can do easily and simply. So besides the Christmas ornament, we also used pipe cleaners quite a bit this time for crafts. So we took a bag of bells and a pipe cleaner, and then what that will turn into is just a little bell bracelet or whatever they want to put that on. So again, just super easy. They're just stringing some bells onto some pipe cleaners. So there's another project for them. And then we're going to use pipe cleaners again, and we're going to give them another little baggie with a pipe cleaner and some red and white beads, and that's going to turn into just some kind of an easy little candy cane for them to string together. So just easy stuff, you know, that's not too time consuming. And then we're also going to give them one last pipe cleaner project, and that's just going to be some different colored beads, and that will turn into something like maybe another little wreath or a bracelet. So, you know, boy and girl stuff, easy crafts. Like I said, we used a lot of pipe cleaners this year. We also did a few other things that didn't fit in the boxes, but that's okay. You can still set them on the table. And one of those was to make a snowman, so a felt snowman kit. So I kind of came up with this one on my own, but basically what you're doing is you're getting some of that stiff felt that you can get at the craft stores. Just go get some white stiff felt, and then find some of these little mini baggies, or you can just make your own little mini bags. But you're going to cut out all kinds of adhesive felt pieces for them to be able to glue on, or to stick onto this felt to create their own snowman. So there's no glue, you know, there's no tape, there's nothing. It's just felt, stiff felt and adhesive felt, and what they're going to wind up with is just something like that they can sit and do at the table. You know, and just have something cute to take home. So there's a fun little felt project. You're just going to cut out all the pieces for them and put it in a baggie, and they're going to stick them on there. So that's an easy one. And then last but not least, we have, of course, just cutting out some snowflakes. So if you can give them the actual pattern and print it out, just go online, print out an actual snowflake pattern with the actual way to fold that and the instructions, and then just give them some, they will need little scissors for this project, which does, like I said, does involve some scissors. So, if you can just put some little scissors at the table for this project, that helps. And then what they're going to wind up with is just something, a little snowflake cutout. And you can give them as many cutouts for that as you want, easy ones, hard ones, whatever you want. If that's a little too complicated, there's far easier ones than that for kids. It just depends on what age groups you have. So there's a little snowflake project they can do. We also did some cute little hair bands and some barrettes, which super easy, duct tape, pom-poms, little hair clips with just some pipe cleaners and some bells put onto them. So if you have some girls at the table and they want to create some of their own little hair accessories, those are super easy. This one does involve some hot glue, so maybe not at the table, but they could take it home and do it at the house or do it another day. So anyway, just cute little Christmassy, fun, crafty projects to keep them busy at the table. We did these place card holders on the adult table also, which are just candy canes that you will have to hot glue together, and then made some of our own little gift tags again. And I used these as place card holders for the kids. So I talked about this again at the other table. You just print out some of these cute little gift tags and put some dry erase paper on the back, some sticky dry erase paper on the back, and then you can reuse them or put any names you want or anything you want to write on there. The kids can write their own names on these little tags if you want, because it is just dry erase, and they can create their own place cards. You will have to do the hot gluing with the candy canes ahead of time, but they can write on their own place cards if they want. So another little craft we did for our table was just make some coasters. And this was just some red fabric glued onto some cardboard, and we used some of those good old mesh onion bags, or you might have some of those mesh fruit bags you can hang on to, and just wrap that around there too. And that's just kind of an easy way to make a pattern instead of drawing or painting or sewing something on there. So hang on to some of those onion bags if you have them, because those we can put into some crafts as well. And, just grab some cute little cups at the thrift store, which, again, just little cheapy cups for kids, which are fun to do for their table. Make them some little drink stirs, just some little fake box present kind of thingies that we hot glued onto some sticks. So they have some drink stirs. And then, here's just another kind of a fun one, which is just these little I don't know what they are, really. I think they're for little mini cakes or something, but of course found those. And just we're going to put some little mini fake candles in there just to kind of light up the table and make it look a little more cozy and warm. Or you could use those kind of little trays for filling up with candy. So any, like little treat bags or treat boxes or fun things like that you can find to put on the table works great for your kids' table. And that's about it for all our fun little crafts and ideas for your kids' tablescape. Some other crafts we did also was I sewed some of these little mittens to turn into a banner, and this was just some good old drop cloth fabric that I use a lot on all kinds of stuff. I'll show you how I used them on my bar stools in a minute. Some drop cloth material and some of my kids' old shirts, plaid shirts that I found in the closet. That were just sitting there forever. So when you run out of fabric out of your craft room, or maybe you can't even find something at the thrift store or the fabric store that you're looking for, go hit the closet, because there's a good chance there's something in there that you've picked out that you already like. So if the kids outgrew them, go steal them from their closet and turn that into some fabric too. So there's just a bunch of old plaid shirts, some drop cloth material, clothespins, and a little bit of stuffing on the inside. So just a cute little way to make a mitten banner. And then if you have any of that material left over, which of course I did, you can turn that into some more little projects. That's just some little trees that we're going to either put actually on the Christmas tree. We might just put some hooks in those and set them on the tree, and then hot glue just some little sticks into the bottom of that. Stuffed that with a little bit of stuffing as well. Or you can just put them in a bowl, or just some other little cute idea. Also did that with the drop cloth, whatever I had left on the drop cloth material too. So, and in this case, we just sewed some little buttons on there. And again, we'll use that as a Christmas tree ornament, or just kind of like a bowl filler, where you can just set it in a bowl. Or you can give those to some of the kids as gifts if they're into sewing. Here's that drop cloth material again, which I also used this in my Thanksgiving video for my kids' tablescape also, because I had these really ugly bar stools that just had to be covered. So the only thing I changed on this from Thanksgiving to Christmas was I just threw on some plaid fabric. Or you could put on a whole plaid sash or change your bows or whatever you want to do. But it's the same drop cloth fabric I had before, just trying to make it look a little bit more Christmassy and cover up some really ugly bar stools. So there's another way to use some drop cloth if you have some extra. And then, last but not least, we just like to put together kind of a little Christmas village for the kids. I think Walmart was the one who started all these fun little, one of the companies anyway, that started all these fun little Christmas village pieces. So what I did is I went on eBay and I found somebody that was just selling the whole set. And then what we do every year, we just go over to Walmart and we add new pieces to it. So this is a fun way to start a little Christmas village. Go on, like I said, eBay or Amazon, and start with like a little group of things. And then every year we just try and add to it a little bit. So all we did was set down a nice big piece of plywood, use some boxes. You might actually come up with some like mountains that they might make, but I didn't find those. And then just set these boxes up and get some more of that fun fake snow fabric and start setting up your Christmas village every year. And that's a fun one the kids love. They actually fight over getting to set this up. So that's a fun one for the holidays too, and like I said, every year you can kind of add to that. So another project for the kids to add to year by year. And if you have any questions, come and see me on my website, Susie Homesteader of the Rockies, and have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and we will see you there. Bye-bye. So, let's get started. Subscribe to the Susie Homesteader channel, and we'll see you there. Bye-bye.